tweet. Psychotronic Coast to Coast is live. Talking about Dark August 1976. Twitch.tv/kinslip.
It's Stephen Bissett.
At Psychotronic. What's Stephen Bissett?
Shit, Stephen Bissett has a Dark August poster.
Oh, is it this poster?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the original poster. That's really fucking cool. I didn't know Steve Bissett did that. The new cover's by the Twins of Evil, and they did the whole the decoration of the box
doing
and everything
the,
else. So you are you suddenly became
I don't
chubby.
think he did the poster. He has the poster.
Oh, he has the poster.
He's the special features talking about Vermont horror.
Oh, that's really fucking cool, actually. I gotta go check to make sure we're actually live. Is it actually live? Oh, it's still fucking... It didn't update the fucking title, did it? How do I make it update the title? Oh, update information. God, just didn't scroll down far enough. Oh, hey, look, immediately updated though. But we're working. It's working. Yay! Does it make sound? Is it making sound? Say something. But we're working. It's working.
Hello.
Yay! Does it make sound? Is it making sound? Say something. But we're working. It's working.
Hello.
Oh, we're about we're about same. I need to turn you up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom, get my cat, and button up the house, the room, and then turn off the fan, and we'll start recording. I'll start the recording and all that stuff. Okay. Okay, you're here. That's good. Love you, kitty. Meow. 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 Meow, meow, meow. 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 Can I go? Can I get by you? Mama's gotta record a podcast. Come on. I love you. Aww. Oh. Let me step over you. Don't fucking run. I don't want to step on you. Oh, hey, look. It's Stream Elements is kind of working on my channel. I need to get that fucking sorted. Let's put this over here. Ah! Don't poke me in the hips. She jumped on my hips. You coming up or what? Oh my gosh, kitty, 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 kitty. You act like you're on fire or something. And I gotta put you out with pets. Quick, human. I need pettings. I need headphones. And right now, that's when Kim will call me, right? That's how it works. Or she just didn't want to do anything. Alright, come on. Either way. Oh, alright. I got a cat in my lap. Hold on. How are you, good friend?
I'm alright.
Doing alright? Alright. You got your Audacity open?
Yep.
Alright. As soon as I'm done getting this cat happy, she'll leave me alone.
He's talking about the trouble with Harry.
Oh, you're watching a video? One of the videos? With Steve Bissett?
Yep. Yep.
Trouble with Harry.
Going through Vermont movie history.
I don't think I've... Oh, wait, I've seen Trouble... Oh, yeah. I saw that with my ex. It was a really good movie, Trouble with Harry. Hitchcock.
Filmed in Vermont. Stone's throw from me.
Nice. It's a good movie. If
Parents were married in that church.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I've seen it multiple times.
Oh, good. Good movie.
I've walked all around where that was filmed. Multiple relatives have been married in that church. My grandfather's funeral was in that church.
Wow. Small town living. Small town living.
Well, my mom is from Craftsbury, where it was filmed. So I grew up all around that. My mom used to play softball in that field.
Spent your whole life in Vermont for the most part?
For all of it.
Have you left the state before?
But yeah.
No, I was just curious. Yeah. Maybe you're like, no, I've
I
never
didn't
even
move
left
out of the state.
Well, a lot of people haven't
in
even...
Massachusetts, New Hampshire.
There are like a lot of people who've never left their own state. So,
nothing wrong with that. Too far.
You just live in a very small
Mostly
state.
Mostly just New England.
You live in a very small state, so it would surprise me if you never left your state, but it's not that surprising, you know? Like, oh, alright.
Oh, I've been to most of the states. All the states that are touching Vermont I've been to.
Oh, I love you, baby. Oh, I love you. Can Mama record her podcast
I've been to Canada, too. Went to the Biodome in Canada.
The Biodome in Canada, that's cool. Have you seen that documentary about the Biodome? Spaceship Earth?
No.
Oh, you should. It's a pretty well documentary about what actually happened inside there. The one in the Spaceship Earth, or was it space? Was it what do they call it? Biodome 2? No, it was called something 2. Earth 2? Earth 2, I think it was called. Because it was the second Earth on Earth. They're trying to replicate the atmosphere and all that with everything inside it enclosed to see if they could like terraform. And they found out that they could, but they're probably gonna starve and or go insane because of like being cooped up, or they will. So they were like, three things were happening. A lot of people were going a little bit crazy because they were cooped up. The same like 10 people. There was not enough oxygen circulating. So there's too much. There was a CO2 buildup. It wasn't getting cleaned out, scrubbed out enough, and so they were actually pumping in air from the outside to keep people from dying. You know, like things like that keep happening during this documentary. It's like a really fascinating documentary. They didn't spend enough time on the things, and like they'll talk about something like, well, I wanted to hear more about that thing, but they don't talk about a few things in depth like they really should. Probably to keep the documentary focused and short. But I want to know so much more. Okay. Turn this fan off. Cat. I'm never going to get this cat to stop meowing, so you're going to have to deal with the cat meowing in the background. I'm ready to record. Are you ready to record?
Now he's talking about movies that have sort of Vermont connections. So he mentions Snow Devils.
Oh, yeah, we watched that, didn't we? Did we cover that one?
No, we didn't.
Hey,
No.
Wolfden, how's it going? Doing okay.
Apparently, the hero in it says he's from White River Junction, Vermont.
Oh, White River Junction, huh? Never heard of it. Shouldn't come as a surprise, I imagine. How long is that
I
feature?
assume it's next to the White River. I don't know, it's pretty long. He was going way back to like the first films from Vermont, and now he's like talking about things that are like vaguely connected. There was some
Tangentially related to Vermont.
Italian like werewolf movie where the
Oh.
doctor apparently had a letterhead from Burlington.
Oh my god, that's so random. I want to see that movie now. We gotta cover that in Psychotronic Coast to Coast. Gots to.
All right, you got your recording stuff set up.
Yeah, I'm ready to record. Oh wait, let me. Yeah, I'm ready to record. Yep. I'm gonna hit audio. I'm recording the audio now. Are you ready to roll? Oh, my phone's on silent. Okay. You ready to go?
I believe so.
You got your side recording?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 4. I went blank. All right. What did I say? I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Hello. Oh god, man, it's been a while since I've been a little nervous. We haven't done this in a long time, so like, it's been. We did fucking Jaws, but that was like a tag on to our already existing episode. This is gonna be like the beginning of a new episode. So, I'm like, I was thinking about. It was funny. I was preparing an intro in the bathroom that I forgot by the time I got here. Good evening, ghouls and ghosts and monsters of all ages. Hopefully you're 18 or older watching this and or listening to this because we're talking curse a lot. But hey, if your mom says it's okay to listen to this, I don't give a shit. We're here. We're Psychotronic Coast Coast. That's Owen Neal. I'm Skinslip. And we watched a 1976 horror film called Dark August, which was a slow burn film. And I don't think we expected that going in. I mean, a lot of regional horror films are slow burns, so it doesn't quite surprise me. But I didn't expect that. I expected something a little more active. Owen, how's it going? I got a little ahead of myself.
Good.
That's what I always do.
I was actually, towards the end, I was expecting it just to not have any action at all. So that was.
Have any ending. just suddenly.
Well, I thought it'd just be. I mean, we can get into it when we get into it, but I thought it'd be. Just have like a happy ending, just to be different. But
horror films, regional horror films, actually don't have a lot of happy endings. I've noticed. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen all of them, obviously. I'd like to get that Nightmare USA book, which is all about regional filmmaking. Probably even has a section on Dark August, which we were watching. Which is for those who are watching stream. I'm holding up the Blu-ray with the old poster on it. No one's got the Blu-ray with the new poster on it.
Yeah. I didn't feel like flipping it.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, it looks nice in the box set when you have it all looking the same. Because all the art in the box set and the 3 movies in the set all kind of are similarly styled, so. But I just don't give a shit. I'm like, ooh, this has art too.
Yeah, it's nice they include the original poster and stuff.
Oh, thank Jesus for discreet audio. I would have just clipped right into your dialogue right there. All right. So why don't you kick us off and we'll talk about this movie.
All right. Like you said, it was a slow burn, so there's a lot of just kind of nothing happening. You know, the basic setup of the story is this guy accidentally killed this guy's granddaughter, and he's obviously not taking it well. And has started to do some dark magic. He summoned a figure, which they hint might be a demon, but they don't really say yes or no on that. But the grandpa of the girl is
definitely a magic user. They confirm. So
yeah, he's been doing some shady magic in his basement.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of you're just kind of mostly the whole beginning just introducing characters and the main guy, which I don't remember anyone's name,
Oh,
but
I can get you that. But
you know,
I do want to say Martin G. Goodman, the director of this, also directed the movie The Legend of N-Word Charlie, which I'm definitely not going to say the word out loud. But, you know, that's a movie title. Let me tell you. I think that got a Blu-ray release too somewhere under the slightly alternate title of Legend of Black Charlie, which is not any less racist, actually, oddly enough. All right, so we have Adriana and Sal. They're a couple. Sal is the main character. So
main character.
yep. And then
We're introduced. He goes to town. Like the most interesting thing to me about this was it was filmed in Stowe, Vermont, which is not far from me, and I recognize a lot of the locations. So, and most of them haven't changed since the '70s. I mean, obviously, it's not the exact same. There's one where he goes into a store and buys cigarettes and has some type of episode, which I guess is linked to what's going on with the guy's
well, he
dark
sees
magic.
a weird albino guy standing in the clothes aisle of the shop, and and that's when he has his seizure panic attack thing. It's a panic attack, not a seizure. It's clearly a panic attack the way he's reacting.
Yeah, but I think it's part of the guy's magic is messing with him.
That's my point. Yeah,
The way he
he's seen.
rubs that ball and squeezes it. And...
Yeah. No, that was the point. But for some reason, the focus was this guy standing in the clothes, which is not the magic user. I think it was kind of like a false flag type thing where they're like, "Hey, this creepy guy," but it's not that creepy guy at all. For the whole movie, it's some other old creepy man. So.
Yeah. But that shop is still there. It's not, a convenience store like it is in the '70s. It's a completely different place. But oddly enough, the his friend is does clay pots, which is right attached to that building, which obviously isn't a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But just little things like that I noticed.
I mean, yeah.
Or the fact where after he has his panic attack and he leaves and you see him walking towards the church doesn't make sense because the church is next to that shop.
But
It
later,
was a cool shot because you could see the church.
yeah, but later, he knows he smokes cigarettes, so maybe he was smoking a cigarette over there, and then walked back to his car. You know what I mean? I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I assume they just thought it was a cool shot because you could see him walking towards the church, but
Only people
you could see him literally walk by the church to go to the shop.
And only people who'd been there know that it was different.
Yeah.
It made sense to me.
But I'm gonna get mixed up. I think he confronts the old man before he gets together with his friends.
His name is, so.
Yeah. Which was filmed the opposite way of walking towards the church. If he would have flipped the camera, it would have been down there where he had confronted the old man. He's like, "What do you want from me?" Because the old man himself has also been following around, not just the cloaked demon. So you see him multiple times staring at him and stuff. But they get together with their friends at one point, and she reads some tarot cards.
That's
and
way later.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm getting mixed up. Because
it was an hour movie before that.
Yeah, but nothing really happens.
No, he goes around.
Hang out.
He keeps having he's building his studio with his friend. Cuts his leg on accident. His friend's leg on accident. The saw.
That's his woman's brother.
Yeah, they were friends though. I gathered, but yeah.
Yeah, that was established when you were gone.
Okay.
She has a gallery. I assume they're both artists because we see him drawing, and then she also maybe photography. She was hanging stuff in the gallery, and the brother showed up and gave her weed.
That's right. I came back and he's like, I gave him weed.
Yeah, just nothing that ever came about. It was just his character smokes weed. All right.
Okay. And still the audience can relate.
He gets cut. We never see him again after he cuts his leg.
No, he don't. He just disappears.
Yeah, he had to recover.
What else happened? Well, one more incident
Because there's a tarot card, and then they go and meet that woman.
Yeah,
Who I
that's
guess
later.
is a
But
witch.
there's like one more incident between them. Oh, they're driving along covered bridge moment. We're talking about the covered bridge. That was before the tarot cards, also.
Yeah.
So I'm driving
Yeah, I
along.
mean, he has a dream about him killing that girl, and then he's driving along in that same area, and it's like he hit her again, but he gets out and there's nothing there, obviously.
He hit the old man's granddaughter, which is the last like relative left or whatever, and so that old man's gone crazy, which is why he's hexed. And our main character was exonerated from any wrongdoing from that accident, though everyone
Yeah,
treats him like he's
she
a
ran
murderer.
out in the road.
Yeah, and everyone
Yeah.
treats him like he's a murderer, though. There's a lot of the social
Mm.
tension. He's talking about how like everyone looks at him and talks to him like he did it on purpose. He just has a whole conversation at the beginning with his friend in the pottery place. If you'll remember,
Yeah.
it's the only time he really talks about it. There's no evidence. There's like maybe a few small incidences, but it's clearly presented as a piece of paranoia from him as opposed to something that actually exists.
Well, the old man is obviously after him.
Yes, but like the town isn't after him. The town's not looking down
No.
on him or anything. I mean, they might be, but they're all very quiet and polite. So anyway, so then they
I
go to
will
the car.
say there was quite a cast of characters when he confronted the old man and punched a guy. Like, it just kept showing the crowd. There was like a guy with like a tank top, like sailor tattoos, and the guy with a very well groomed giant mustache just chilling there.
But yeah, like so he's like driving along with his girl, and like he sees like a vision of like the cloaked figure, and he like swerves and like almost crashes, and then they go to the tarot
No.
card.
That was him bringing the guy to the hospital.
Oh, that's when it was. Okay, I thought it was him driving
Yeah.
this girl at the time. Sorry, I mixed up the two
No.
things. I don't have a good memory.
Yeah, at one point they're like,
so
one point she says, "Let's go for a drive," and it shows
That
like
was-
2
yeah.
seconds of them driving, and that was it.
Oh,
That
okay.
was their drive.
I conflated those two things, but yeah, they did go for a drive. Then he cut his legs, and yeah, he almost ran off the road trying to get his friend to the hospital. But apparently, his friend's
Yeah.
alive. No one says that he murdered his friend or anything. So
No, because yeah, later she's like, he's gonna tell everyone he got injured skiing on Mount Mansfield.
which I
So,
assume is a
they,
Vermont
like-
location.
Yeah, that's the actual mountain in next to Stowe. It's actually not in Stowe, but Stowe claims it. They claim themselves as a ski town, but I think it's actually in Cambridge. Maybe part of it's in Stowe. It's the largest mountain in Vermont.
Oh, how many mountains are in Vermont? Is it mostly mountain?
A lot. Yes.
Oh, okay,
It's the Green Mountain State.
I don't fucking know. I don't live there. You do.
It's all Rocky Mountains.
Rocky Mountains. Isn't that the Colorado? No, I know what you mean.
Yes. We're more green than rock.
It's true. So yeah, tarot card reading with the weird lesbian
Yes.
witches in the woods. My favorite part.
Well,
It was
no.
just the
that
girlfriend.
was the friend.
They were at that place. But the girlfriend was doing the reading, but they were at the house, weren't they?
No, they were at the pottery friend's house, and that's
Oh,
his
okay.
woman.
Right. Okay. You're right. I remember this now. Later they go to the
And then
lesbian
there's
witches.
this whole other thing.
The lesbian witches in the woods are
assuming the
great.
lesbians.
Come on, it's implied. It's fucking
They
implied.
just had like a random baby that she was licking, and apparently that added to her magical bag that she gave him later that he has to burn with his.
That's some witchy
he has
ass
to burn
shit.
down his studio.
That's some witchy ass
'Cause that's
shit.
the first place he saw him.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
the witches did the ceremony and told him that to rid the evil spirit, he had to go to his studio and burn it down. That's where he first saw it. Or he had to go to the place where he first saw it and burn. And then he says it was a studio, and they tell him to burn it down. Before that, he's like in the woods for something and sees like the druid like monster creature thingy.
At one point, he chases him into the woods and
Yeah.
down a river and keeps yelling, "What do you want?"
I think that was after the tarot card reading, before the witches in the woods.
Yes.
So like
They're not really in the woods. They had a like really nice house.
whatever, you know what I mean. It's the woods for me. So the tarot card reading is like his girlfriend's doing the tarot card reading and doing all these like things, and like even says like flips the card over and says you have to listen to the woman, very strong woman in your life, and like he takes doesn't understand that the cards come out the same regardless. Like she mentions she deals the cards over and over again for him, and like each time it's the same fucking cards, which is statistically unlikely, right? So that gives us a sense that it's a real tarot reading, quote unquote. I mean, like, I'm not here judging tarot readings. I don't care what anybody believes in. My point is, he believes it to be a real tarot reading, and there's even like a death card or whatever upside down. No, it's the upside down something, and it's like it was subconscious or whatever, and it feels like he was being like it meant like he was being like anxious or stalked or something like that. I can't remember the exact reading, but it was all very on the nose about what's been happening in the movie up to this point. And the character, I think, realizes this and rejects it, you know?
But the studio he burns down wasn't even finished. It was like 2 walls and just some wood.
Yeah, him and his friend
So
are still
I was
building.
really confused because they're in the middle of nowhere. You don't see any houses around their house. But somehow the fire and the police like show up and arrest him for, I guess, arson of just wood. It wasn't even like a building. It was just like, I don't think they'd give a shit. It's like a bonfire, but somehow he's not allowed to do that.
I don't think they would immediately start putting it out, especially if the person's like, no, we're going to let it burn, you know? Like, if it's not in danger of burning other structures, you just let it burn out. That's perfectly fine, I think. I don't know. I've never let a building burn down, so I wouldn't know.
I just know giant bonfires in Vermont are common, and no firefighters show up and just start hosing shit down.
Right? And so, like, yeah, and they show up in like a 1940s, 1930s fire engine because it's apparently it's a volunteer fire department there. I had no idea they only had a volunteer fire department, but I learned from Owen today they only have a volunteer fire department, so that's why they have old.
Now I don't know about Stowe. Stowe has a pretty fancy fire station, so they might have full-time firefighters.
Oh well, they definitely probably do. As you said, it's rich people out there, so.
Yeah.
I think.
I just know.
Dear listener, I think he called them Richie fucks. I can't guarantee. Something about chicken
Not all
hunting.
of them.
He started mumbling about chicken hunting and rednecks, and I don't know. He went full ICP for about 5 minutes. I don't know.
I don't think so. It's a tourist town, so it becomes a real shit show in the fall where all the leaf peepers come in and just clog up the roadways with their nonsense. Leaf peepers.
Leaf peepers.
They come from.
That's a lot better than some of the atrocious things they call visitors here. So.
They come in the fall when the leaves change and just clog the roads up.
Leaf peeper.
Because they have no common sense. Like, oh, it's pretty here. I'm going to stop right in the middle of the road and take a picture. It's like,
for my Instagram.
Get the fuck out of here.
My Instagram, it's worth dying
madness.
For. So those are people who fall off fucking the Grand Canyon and die trying to take a photo.
Yeah.
You know? It's like
it's nuts. And Stowe is the worst.
Stowe is the worst.
Because Stowe is full of like hotels and stuff, so that's where a lot of people go. It's not even like the prettiest town in Vermont, so. But they somehow sold people on it being it. So good for them.
Yeah.
But where were we? Yes, burn the place. He wasn't successful because they put it out. So his girlfriend goes to the old man's house.
She's told by the witches she needs an item from his stuff for the spell to dispel the curse that's put on our main character, whose name I've just forgotten, even though I literally told you who they were. That's why I left this open. Sal. And so Adriana sneaks into his house. By sneaks into the house, I mean like leaves the door wide open so the cat can just run away and then goes down into the basement, and you can see like there's a bunch of like witchy shit on the
jars and
witchy shit all over the place, and then she like moves this like carob seed or some shit. I don't fucking know. Some weird seed and peels back. That's the photo of Sal. And then she grabs some rotten apple, which I think is part of the curse. It's like, I think it's
It
implied.
was a
Was it a plum or
it was
something?
like a wax ball with something in it. Pretty sure it was wax. But yeah, and she has to fight off the old man. She escapes. They go back to the witches, and she starts. They had to bring their friends. They needed all their energy, and the main witch starts performing a mixture of things. There was like praying and
It was,
all kinds of different
well,
languages.
I was like talking about like, they're like mixing a lot of stuff. There's some Christianity here and some Judaism and definitely some black magic witchy shit happening, which I appreciated that stuff. But like, it was a hodgepodge and not meant to be any one specific religion clearly. Because they talk about Michael's spear and then they start going like talking about the like Jewish names Adonai and like all the fucking bloodlines and shit. I was like, okay. I don't know why we're talking about the Jewish bloodlines and Michael and his fucking spear, and also there's some witchy shit happening. They literally just threw a bunch of shit into a pot and mixed it up with that. The director clearly didn't quite know what he wanted to do with that, or he purposely mixed them. I don't know. Maybe this is like a local folk doctor, folk witch, and she's like mixes a lot of traditions together to make her own magic, which is totally acceptable, I imagine, in the witchy world.
But yeah, it's building up. It's building up. And some reason I thought maybe she would just finish it and that'd be the end of the movie. Like, he's gone. All done.
But
But no, the old man busts in and just blows her away before she finishes her thing.
yep.
And then I'm pretty sure like the friend tries to go fight him and he gets hit with the gun. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah, I think
Beaten
so.
to death with a shotgun. And the old man freaks out, runs away, and throws the gun. And then apparently the demon he summoned kills him.
Yeah, and then the dog attacks Sal, and Sal kills the
Yeah,
dog, and
that was weird. I thought like the demon, like the shot of the demon, that's when he would kind of freeze and go to credits. But then he's just like Sal goes home and he sees the demon and he goes out and then apparently the demon turns the dog on him and he shoots his dog and then he cries over his dead dog and then it ends.
so I guess he has his own grief. It's kind of weird. I didn't quite
But
understand. It's all metaphorical, so it's like
yeah,
it's not
is the
literal.
demon actually gone?
It's an art film. I gotta remind people here. So it's like it's very metaphorical with its what it's trying to say. It's not usually on the nose with any of the dialogue or any of the. It's like this is a movie that's gonna reward multiple watches eventually. I think it's a bit slow, but I really feel like there's something really interesting here, like a nugget of really cool shit, and I just think I gotta watch it again. But I liked
Because
it,
it's not like we see the cloak figure disappear when he kills his dog. The cloak figure was gone before the dog even turned.
and you
So you
saw,
just kind of like, huh?
and right before the credits roll, you saw a crew member walking in the woods.
I saw somebody walking in the background.
It wasn't probably. I didn't see the red robe, so I think you're right about it being a crew member, which is kind of
Of
interesting.
like jeans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I kept mentioning like the main character and his friend both wore Canadian tuxedos, which is like a denim top and a denim bottom. So,
Yeah.
would you call it Vermont denim?
I don't know. I see that around here too, but
You called it something though
they
during the
didn't go
movie.
full. I don't think it was full. They didn't have button-up denim shirts under the denim coats. That's
The
full
one guy
Canadian
had a
tuxedo.
full Canadian tuxedo with no jacket. And the other guy had a jacket and no undershirt. So the one guy was wearing
Yeah,
yeah, because he had a front pocket like this, and the other guy had like definitely a jacket. He had the pot collar type thing going on. So I think it had a
yeah,
tuxedo and some guy in a denim jacket and pants.
yeah,
The friend was the
you
tuxedo.
have
The
to,
main character was just wearing the jacket, I believe.
yeah. You gotta have you gotta have the denim shirt under the jacket to go full.
That's true. But what did you call it during the movie? Do you remember?
I mean, it was in Vermont, so it could be a Vermont tuxedo.
I don't remember. You said something else, and I was like, oh, it looks more like a Canadian tuxedo. There's a lot of denim there, and you're like, yeah, everyone wears denim here. I'm like, oh, okay. We had this little discussion about denim in Vermont, but apparently he
In the
can't remember what we
70s,
said.
absolutely.
I'm sure
Nah,
now. There's some old ass motherfucker wearing denim, all denim right now in Vermont, asleep in
probably.
his outfit for some reason.
I don't know. A denim shirt doesn't seem comfortable.
Jeans are not comfortable to sleep in. Let me tell you, I've had to do that before.
I don't even wear jeans.
I have one pair of jeans, but now I just wear skirts.
I'm all about the Dickies.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. So, final thoughts of the movie.
It was definitely a slow burn. There's a lot of him just hanging out in town, and you're just like, okay, what's happening? And then there's like not even like the last 20 minutes of action. It was just like 5 minutes, like someone being shot. Just that's why I was wondering, like, is the girl gonna be the only one that dies in this movie? Is it just gonna somehow end with nothing happening? But I guess they decided to ramp it up.
It was only 87 minutes long, also.
But it wasn't necessarily dull either. It was just kind of like building.
Anyway, so yeah, I really like the movie. I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's got some watchability here. There's some strong subtext and something it's trying to say something, and I don't know what yet. I gotta rewatch the damn thing, But it definitely feels more than just a horror film. It feels like, a piece of art that just happens to be horror. My favorite kind of horror, by the way. And speaking of that kind of horror, which can be paired with this episode, is this movie called Is it Boobs? Oh crap! It's a movie called The Witch Who Came from the Sea, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about this lady who's like a sex addict who is having violent fantasies of killing her partners, and all of this. There's actually like a witch, and she came from the sea in this movie. It's hard to explain. It's good stuff. I really enjoyed it. I saw it from this American Horror Project Volume 1 box set, which is right here. It was introduced to me in 2015, and then this is my first movie from the American Horror Volume 2. That was Dark August. So we will pair these two up for a nice little episode of regional horror with psychological things happening. That's how to describe it. It's psychological horror. That would be the best way, I think. It's very psychological. Do you have a rating for this movie?
I'm gonna give it 2.5.
Wow.
Wasn't as into it as you, clearly.
That's all right. I want this to stop choosing the wrong thing. Why? No. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Sorry. I was trying to get this fucking thing on the stream to shrink down. It wasn't working. And I gotta move my TV set to the left a bit. I actually gotta make it bigger a little bit, but I'm just now figuring out where I have these problems. Anyway. So, would you recommend this film?
Yep, I would.
Oh, wow.
Even with my lower rating.
Even with your lower rating, that is impressive. Why would you give it that even with your lower rating? Why would you still recommend it?
Because I think it's worth a watch.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, someone might take something more out of it than I did.
Like me?
So, I mean,
a whole star higher
there's
than
not
you?
like... There's very few movies I would not actually recommend. So
the movie's originally called The Hant, H-A-N-T. I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, this movie was really well acted. It was well written, and it was beautifully shot by Richard E. Brooks. And it says Cinematographer Richard E. Brooks captures in all its rustic autumnal beauty Dark August. So there you go. Autumnal beauty. You heard it here.
And this has an interesting thing I'm going to watch later. The Hills Are Alive, Dark August, and Vermont Folk Horror.
Yeah, that sounds cool to me too.
Steve Bissett is the host.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to watch that too.
From what little I saw, he's like deep diving into Vermont movies. So that piques my interest.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Stuff shot in Vermont. Because there's not a lot. He's not like, California where probably every inch has been filmed at some point in a movie. So.
I would be interested. There's a movie actually called Los Angeles Plays Itself that shows basically every inch of Los Angeles through the scenes in various movies. It's a really cool documentary. But yeah, I imagine every fucking square inch of most of Southern California has been filmed. Maybe not NorCal so much, but definitely Southern California, every single square inch.
See, like, probably the most famous one here would be, like, Beetlejuice.
The Trouble with Harry.
Trouble. Yeah, well, that one's not as famous, though.
It's a Hitchcock film. I think it's pretty famous.
Yeah, but it was buried for a long time, and, like, whenever I mention it, people don't know what it is.
Those
so I don't think it's as popular as Birds and stuff like that. So.
Oh man, The Birds is not even close to being his like a good movie. It's not bad, but like.
Yeah, that's
compared to like I've seen most Hitchcock films now because I've got the box set and I've been slowly making my way through it. It's one of his worst movies. Not that it's a bad movie. It's just his worst film, which is I think even Hitchcock's worst film is better than most people's best film. To be fair, I'm not trying to belittle the man's work. I'm just saying like if I had to rank all the films in an order, it's on the bottom of the list.
And Me, Myself, and Irene was filmed here.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, that movie's bad.
And then a lot of it where they said they were in New York was actually also filmed in Vermont, which is kind of funny.
Like it was upstate New York, but Vermont.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Like there's a scene in Big Lebowski where they're like driving along the freeway and they throw something out of the car, and as you drive by, they see a very rinky-dink sign for the town of Simi Valley, which is where I grew up. And, like, that's not the sign that actually exists. And that's not the road you could ever drive on. It's just some random road, But, like, that was always, like, neat to me. I feel like that's kind of similar to what you felt when you look through this stuff. Like, hey, I'm in this movie a little bit.
I'm trying to remember the other one. What was it? What Lies Beneath?
It's
Below? What Lies Below?
What Lies Beneath, I think.
That was filmed in Vermont, too, but nobody cares about that movie.
The person he killed isn't dead or something. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. I think I've just seen the trailer actually. Now that I think about it. Man, we haven't.
I'm sure there's some more famous ones.
We actually haven't sat down and talked movies in a long time. We did that Jaws one, but it was very short and brief, and it was like we were just trying to wrap up a thing because he needed to finish off a podcast episode, and I'm like, okay. This was the first time we actually sat down and like watched a movie and like been able to like talk about movies at any length, It's nice. I'd like to get back to this. Let's try to do this every week if we can. At least every other week. That's at the worst. Yeah?
Sense.
Okay. So then, yeah, we'll see you for the next half of this episode when you listen to The Witch Who Came From the Sea. And we'll see you next time we're recording. When we record The Witch Who Came From the Sea, because we do this in chronological order sometimes. Sometimes we actually have like probably 40 episodes just sitting there, not paired up with anything, just older recordings. I might even say we re-record some of those, but I'm not sure yet. Not all of them. Some of them are really bad.
There's only one that needs to be re-recorded because audio issues.
Oh, which one is that?
Monsters, Marriage, Match Vegas.
Right. We do have to do
Farley one.
Oh, we have to do Local Legends also, don't we? Because we haven't done that movie. It's another Farley film.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well cover his whole work. I like his work, so.
There's a hidden bonus on Slingshot Cops that I've never seen.
Oh shit!
On the Blu-ray.
I got that too.
There's a hidden movie and like.
What? Holy
I gotta
shit.
find it. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
there's like
Okay.
3 movies on there. And all of
Whoa.
them
All right.
sitting.
Well, we're going to have to record for all of those because I like his work. So I like their work.
Well, we've already done
Charles.
Slingshot Cops, so.
I know we've done Slingshot Cops, and we did a great job. That was a great review. That was one of our better episodes, honestly. We were both very enthusiastic about that movie. What is going on? I'm baking alive in my room is what's going on. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for us this time, and we'll see you for the next episode of Psychotronic Coast to Coast, and I'll probably have a different intro because I'll forget the last one I made, and eventually I'll get an actual down intro and an outro and a segue piece. But I don't know. We're really slapdash over here. That's what we do. That's how we do. That's how we roll.
It's all right. Only one intro needs to be good because I cut the other ones out.
That's true. I have a next chance. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Where is the record? But how do I stop the recording on this one? Like, I literally don't know how to stop the recording on this. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the fucking button. All right. Sorry, I haven't used OBS in a very long time. This is the first time I've streamed with it since I swapped over. I swapped over yesterday. So today I spent redoing this whole thing. This layout that everyone's seen. Anyway, bye everybody.